Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Payaa. It's also known as Sheep Trotters. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for further videos. Thank you. So just to let you know, my recipe is actually in two parts. So the first part, we are going to be cooking the meat in a pressure cooker. So for that you're required to have 2 kg of sheep trotters, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 8 green chilies, 2 full garlic flowers, 2-inch ginger, 2 medium-sized onions and 8 cups of water. So to get started, we need to heat a large pressure cooker, and you need to add in all your ingredients. You need to turn the flame on high as we're going to bring this to boil. Now just give it a good mix. Keep stirring until we bring it to boil, which will take about roughly 20 minutes. So once you see the water boiling, after about 20 minutes, we're going to close the lid of the pressure cooker. And we're actually going to let this cook now for a further 30 minutes on medium to high heat. Please ensure you release the steam before you open up the pressure cooker lid. So after 30 minutes I'm going to give it a good stir again. I'm just going to be checking the texture of the meat just to see how soft it is. Put the flame back on high so that you can bring the water back to boil again. And as you can see, the knife is going through quite easily without any struggle. So I've let that cook now again for another hour. And after an hour, my Payaa seems like it's all done for the first part. So I'm actually going to be cooking this for a further 2 to 3 hours in the second stage. So what you will need to do at this stage is remove all the bones and all the meat into a separate bowl. And now you will need to strain the stock into a separate bowl, as we need the onion mixture for the second stage. Please keep the stock to a side because you will need that as well later on. So I'm just removing the stock in a sieve as such, and then hopefully we'll be left with just the onion mixture at the end. So now I'm going to be moving on to my second part. So you need to heat a wide base pan on full heat. And I'm going to be adding 2 cups of clarified butter, which is also known as ghee. Keeping the flame on high, we're going to be melting this butter. And in there I'm just going to be adding some additional dry ingredients. So to this I've got some black pepper balls, I've got some black cloves. I've got some black cardamons. Some green cardamons. Some cumin powder or cumin seeds. Some cinnamon sticks cut into small pieces. And just give that a good stir now. Stir it until you start seeing the spices sizzle for about a minute or so. And now I added in 2 tablespoons of garlic paste. And I had 2 tablespoons of ginger paste. And I just mixed that for another minute or so. So after about a minute, I added in some salt. I added in 2 teaspoons of salt, but you can add salt to your own taste. And then I added in some turmeric powder. We added in some garam masala, which is homemade. I will add an additional link to this video to show you how to make it at home, or you can use shop bought as well. And there goes in some red chili powder. And then we had some coriander powder going in. So I turned the flame down to low because I'm going to cook this for a few more minutes, but I don't want the spices to burn. So ensure that you cook this now on a low flame. So after a couple of minutes, I'm whipping up some full fat yogurt, ensuring that you remove all the lumps. Because if you don't remove the lumps at this stage, once it goes in the pot, it's very hard to remove inside the masala. So you don't want to be ended up with a lumpy texture. So it's just easy to give it a good whip before it goes in. Stir that for a few more minutes until you see the oil rise to the top. So that took me about 2 to 3 minutes. Now goes in the onion mixture that you put away to the side. And you're going to stir that again for a few more minutes. And then we're going to be adding in all the meat, all the paya. And I'm just going to give that a good stir for another couple of minutes, just so that it's all incorporated well, the masala and the paya. So now we'll add in all the stock that we had. So I'm using all the stock. You are able to use as much or as less as you want, but I prefer the paya to be more soupy, so I have used all my stock. Just give that a good stir, and we're going to let this cook now for at least 2 to 3 hours. So I'm going to move it onto a smaller hob, and I'm just going to let that simmer away. So after about an hour cooking on a low flame, I'm just checking the texture of the meat and the consistency of the soup should be as such. So that needs a further cooking, and I'm going to let this cook now for a further 2 hours. And this is the consistency after a further 2 hours. And this is my Paya complete. So to garnish my Paya, before I turn off the flame, I am going to add in some chopped green chilies and a good handful of fresh coriander. And we're just going to give that a good stir. And just before I plated up the dish, I squeezed a half a lemon or half a lime, as you wish, on top of the dish, just to give it a tangy taste. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel for further videos to come. And there you go. This is how I dished my plate with some more fresh coriander and a couple of slices of lime.